Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. You know, I've been building my house off-grid. It's an off-grid house, and I've been building it off-grid. I don't have electricity out here to speak of, and it's a learning process for me, and I thought maybe I'd share some of that with you. And the first thing I want to share with you today is the tools that I have been using over and over and over again out here building this house. And so I guess we could call this, vital tools for building a house, according to Pastor Joe. The first thing you're going to want is a quality tool belt. And I had to learn this lesson hard. I was constantly running and fetching and looking for tools. And my son's actually the one who got me to start wearing my tool belt. And so this is a good one. You don't want to get a cheap one. You want one with a good, good waistband and that kind of thing. I had a sister from Round Prairie Community Church give me this belt after she built her own tiny house. And this is a pretty good belt. You're going to need a tool belt. You're going to have to learn how to use your tool belt, maybe a short video for another time, but you need a tool belt. The other thing you're probably going to want is some work gloves, mechanics type gloves or something like that, something with some dexterity, but that protects your hands. And you can see these are shot, and this is about the fourth pair that I've gone through building my house, but you're going to need that. You're going to need a tape measure. I really like this tape measure because when you pull it out, it stays out. You don't have to lock it in place like one of those cheaper ones, and when you want it to come in, it comes in. This is 30 foot. It's been pretty much long enough for everything I've needed it to do. So you're going to need a tape measure. You're going to need one of these pencils. This is a contractor pencil, and you actually need a couple of them. You use these all the time for everything, marking your wood where you're going to cut it, marking points on your wall and stuff like that. They're called contractor pencils. They don't roll because they're flat on one side, and that works really good. You're going to need a speed square. I have about 4 of these now. I hand them out to people when they show up. You're going to need one. Again, that's another video for another time, and I don't know how to do everything the speed square knows how to do. Brother James at Straightway was giving me a class on it, and it's a good tool. You're going to need it. Get one of these. This is called a torpedo level. It's a little level. I use this all the time, every day. You're going to need one of these, and you're also, if you're going to build a house, going to need a longer level. This is a 4-foot one. I had another one, but it disappeared, so I had to buy this one. And that's what started. I might as well talk about this now. I paint yellow and usually black also, like a yellow stripe and a black stripe on most of my tools, and that's so that when people show up at the work site, and 5 people brought their level that they all got at Lowe's, they know that this one's mine, and it stays with me. And so get a level, mark your gear. I did another video on that before. You're going to need a hammer. I really like this hammer. It's a framing hammer. It's an Estwing hammer. A lot of people have this hammer, hence the yellow paint on it, so that I know this is mine. But you're going to need a good hammer, probably a steel hammer like this one. Let's see, do I have anything else on my tool belt that I need to tell you about? No. This is a nail gun. I use this all the time. I have a brother who lent me another nail gun because sometimes we're running 2 nail guns, and he actually has a better one than mine. It's lighter, and it shoots nails harder. But I don't use that unless we're running 2 because, I have my own nail gun to use. So you're going to need a nail gun. I'll talk about compressors later. This is my circular saw right here. I've had this since probably 1995 or something. I use this every day. You're going to need one. You might as well buy a good one. This one's a Craftsman, and it's lasted me all this time. I love it. You're going to need a set of sawhorses. These are the cheap plastic ones, but I really like them because they're light, and I can move them anywhere. But you're definitely going to need sawhorses. You might as well get a regular saw also. I've tried, this is called a Stanley Fat Max, and I like it. I've gone through a lot of different saws. It's hard for me to find a quality little saw, but there's sometimes when you just want to use this instead of your circular saw, so you need that. This is an angle measurer. Use this a lot when you're doing rafters and things like that. You're going to need one of these. This is a line. Use this a lot in the beginning when you're laying out your foundation in your house and stuff. You could use any string, but this is heavy duty string. It comes on a spindle. It's yellow so you can see it, or orange. I don't know, whatever color. You also need, which I don't have out here right now because think it might be up on the roof still. Chalk line. You need a chalk line and some chalk. I use that a lot. You're going to need a good drill, and it just goes without saying you're going to need one. You're going to need ladders. I have a couple step ladders like this one, and Sister Kate, if you can turn around and show this extension ladder real quick. You're going to need an extension ladder to get up on your roof, and I have a couple of those that I'm running right now. You know, ladders are ladders. They're kind of expensive, and if I could have that camera right now, I'll finish up. Thank you, sweetie. Alright, so I showed you a couple electrical tools. Well, you're going to need a generator to run them with. This is a pretty good generator. I bought it on you know, one of those Black Friday sales or something. We actually got this generator when we got our freezer when I lived back in the world. I told my wife I don't want to buy a deep freezer if we don't have a generator in case the power goes out in the middle of summer so we can keep it running. This is my air compressor. This is the third one. We get them at Harbor Freight, and every time they break we take them back and turn them in and they give us a brand new one. So that's worked out really good for us. We use that to run the nail gun, and we're going to start using it to run the coil nailer up on the roof tomorrow to get the shingles up there. Something else that took me a while to get was a box to store all my stuff in. I was storing everything in my truck at the end of the workday, but you want to put your tools up so they don't get wet from rain or dew or, you know, unnecessarily dirty and things like that. And I got this box, and I kind of like it. It's called a Smart Bin. I think I got it at China Mart or something. I'm not sure. You know, this box, I'll probably do another video on it later. Might make a pretty good above ground cache box if prepared correctly. And obviously not with yellow, look at me over here, stripes on it. So hey, that is the basic tools that I've been using to build this house. Everybody who works needs a tool belt. Sister Kate has a tool belt and her own hammer and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're in the market for tools, that's probably what you want to get. All right, I'll see you out there.